Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Heat and Beat Garage. Like I said, if you've seen my last video, you've seen the overview basically of the white Jeep. But for any of y'all that haven't seen it, this is a 97 Jeep Cherokee Sport. Basically some of the work we're going to be doing today is the rear wheel cylinder on this thing is actually turn around real quick. Like I said, the rear wheel cylinder on this thing is actually leaking. Me and my wife went out basically to go on a date. On the way back, I was letting her drive because I didn't want to drive, to be honest. And basically, we got to a spot. She was like, is the brake pedal supposed to go to the floor? And I was like, no, it's definitely not supposed to go to the floor. So I said, well, I got to get gas anyway. I said, well, let's just go ahead and pull into this, to the gas station real quick. And I'm going to fill up and I'll drive it the rest of the way home. We're about 5 minutes away from the house. So basically, I got in there and I get close to our exit and whatnot. And the brake pedal is just sinking all the way to the floor. So when I got back to the house, first thing I checked was the brake fluid reservoir, and it was completely and utterly empty, which is never a good sign if you've had to do that. Again, if you have ever messed with any type of brakes before, master cylinder is not supposed to be empty at all. So my first idea was, okay, maybe I have a ruptured line, because there's no way that I would lose that much fluid out of it that quickly, because they were working fine basically throughout our whole entire date and everything. So basically I had her pump the brakes for me, and I crawled around with a flashlight, and what I found, hold on, let me get this light set up here real quick. What I found is this driver's side rear wheel cylinder, pretty sure you can see all that wetness under there, is basically leaking. It's pretty much gone, toast. So we are actually going to be replacing that today. Pretty easy job, but you know, it's drum brakes. If y'all had any experience with drum brakes, they're not the quote-unquote easiest, but it's not too terribly difficult to do. Like I said, I ordered the parts. They came in actually today. It's AC Delco rear wheel cylinder. I think it was like $10 on Amazon or something. Like I said, pretty cheap part to replace. Not that detrimental. It's not like messing around with brake pads or rotors. But like I said, it should be pretty easy. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set y'all up on a tripod, and we'll just start pulling the rear wheels and dive into it. All right, give me 1 second. All right, guys, basically pulled everything over here real quick. We're just going to go ahead and jack up this side of the vehicle and basically just get ready to get into this rear wheel cylinder. All right. Make sure you jock your front wheels. All right, now that your wheels are jocked, let's go ahead and jack her on up. All right, then just go ahead and pull this wheel off. Mine in particular is a 19 millimeter impact 2-inch spacer on there, so I'm gonna have to remove that basically to get to this drum here. Let me get some lights set up and I'll bring y'all over real quick. All right, now that we're in here, basically what we're looking at is we're gonna remove this drum right here, and then on this back side right here, hold on, let me get you some light down in there. Basically on this back side right here, this right here is your brake line, and this right here, this plastic cap, is on top of a bleed screw, and then there's 2 bolts on the side of it. We're going to have to remove this line and then also those 2 bolts down there, basically to unbolt the wheel cylinder. You are going to need to locate your brake line. Mine specifically is right here. And basically squeeze this or pinch it off somehow, basically just so you don't drain all your fluid out. If you pinch this off, just so it doesn't let any fluid through, you basically won't drain your reservoir. Basically, if you drain your reservoir, you are going to have to bleed your master cylinder, and by pinching that line off, we stop the flow of brake fluid. So the only thing that will have to bleed is the wheel cylinder. So that's basically your best bet. If you leave it open, you will be losing brake fluid, and basically you will have to re-bleed your master and all 4 wheels instead of just doing one. So that's what we're going to get into. I'm going to set y'all up again on this tripod, and so y'all can watch. All right, so to crimp off this brake line here, you can either use a set of these. These are actually radiator hose crimping pliers. They're made out of some really soft plastic, basically so you don't mess up the rubber line of any kind. Like I said, they're used for radiators, and they come in like multiple different sizes. You can pick them up at AutoZone for like 15, 20 bucks, or Harbor Freight, basically the same way. Basically, you just take it in here, you grab your line, the rubber part of your line, and you squeeze it, and then you pull this clip all the way up here, just like that, and it's squeezed together, excuse me. So basically there's no fluid going to it. So now I'm going to reach back here and try to get y'all a view of these bolts real quick. All right, give me 1 second. Alrighty, so on the back side right here, like I said earlier, there are basically 2 bolts that go down there. It is a 10 millimeter. This one's a 5-point. It's preferred to use a 5-point over a 12-point, but as long as it's not too rusted, it should come out pretty easily. So let's see how it goes. No, that came out pretty easy. I messed on one of these before, like I said, with that black Jeep I showed y'all in a previous video, and it was just insanely hard to get off because the bolts were absolutely rusted and pretty much gone. Make sure to keep your hardware in a place you won't leave it. Yeah, but like I said, the one I did on the black Jeep was extremely hard to get off, and I about rounded it off trying to get to it. I was really hoping that this one wouldn't be like that, which thankfully it is not. So that is awesome in itself. I didn't have to go through all that extra work to go do it. And basically just remove your brake line the rest of the way. They actually make flare sockets to do this and make it, oh man. Well, that's great. I just, the line just snapped off. The fitting is in my left hand. So looks like we blew a line, which is great. Now, one more thing to fix. Alright. Well, basically, you can grab through the front here and pull out your wheel cylinder. Just like that. Old rear cylinder, gone. Alright guys, so this is the AC Delco. This is the This right here is the part number. Like I said, I got this off Amazon for like 10 bucks. Hopefully it works. All right, here we go. That's the wheel cylinder right there. Pretty much comes with everything. Like I said, the only thing we were using the factory hardware, and then the the lines and everything, obviously. But that's it, fully disassembled right there. Like I said, there's a nice size hole that it goes through, and then the 2 bolt holes that are where it bolts onto the back of this backing plate right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in real quick, and I guess we're gonna have to do something about this broken brake line. Hopefully I got a spare one. I think I do. This one's a hard line. It runs to a distribution block right here. Basically that rubber line feeds into that distribution block right there, and then one line splits over to the passenger side and one splits to the driver. Like I said, I snapped this one off apparently, or it was leaking. Could have been actually probably could have not even been a wheel cylinder, but I guess we'll never know. Like I said, hopefully I got a spare one. Got to look around in the parts bin that I got to see if I do or do not have a spare one of those. If not, we're basically dead in the water, because there's nothing I can do without that line. And Jeep specific with all the type of fittings they use, so they're just all over the place most of the time. All right, so I'm gonna get this thrown in real quick, and I'll bring y'all back. All right, here we go. Hopefully this thing fits in the right way it's supposed to. Make sure you pull this rubber plug off. You're not gonna need that. Basically, just fish it back in there, same way it came out, which is easier said than done. Right. How did I pull it out of here? Well, if it doesn't fit, you can always just beat it in. That's why they call it heat and beat garage. Well, good luck. Oh, I gotta slip it in over here. Ow. Oh, all right. Progress. Looks like I might have to take this bleeder fitting off real quick. Do that right here, obviously. Yeah, it's looking like I don't want to fit with it on there. Just fine, I think no big deal. Alright. Basically just rotate it in. Alright, just go ahead and grab your hardware. And basically thread one in so you can get it lined up. Well, I got the thing to sit in there flush one time, and now I don't want to sit in there flush again. Like I said, hopefully this thing is actually long enough to fit from this distribution block all the way back. That's up in here. Hopefully y'all can see that. Which it is. Awesome. So basically, this distribution block that's sitting back here, I'm gonna just pull the fittings off of it, and I'll be right with y'all. All right, guys. Well, I just broke my tripod. So, all right. So basically, the gist of it is the brakes are bled, and everything like that. I am actually just gonna go ahead and put on the wheel spacer and then the tire. We'll take it for a quick test drive and make sure everything's kosher. We're not losing fluid. It's not spilling anywhere. We have brakes. All those should be good now. So I'm gonna set y'all up probably somewhere. Hopefully y'all be able to see. And I'll just put that on real quick. All right, guys. Well, like I said, basically on that last little clip you saw that right there. This Jeep has never had that kind of good of brakes. I'm guessing it was basically like an underlying issue that I never was able to get to or seen. Probably like a small, very, very small pinhole basically in between that line. So glad we got it fixed. I'm glad we got it sorted out. Hopefully we won't have any more brake line failures like that in the future. Because I absolutely hate working on brake lines. Like, I despise it. I had to do it on this thing, and I tell you what, it just fights you every minute. But, alright guys, well, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment. And share this video, man. Get it out to your friends, like, any person, like, trying to go to the channel. If there's anything that you want to see specifically, like me go through again with this Jeep or with the red Jeep or even my truck or something specific, a specific video that you would like to watch or even see, like I said, just drop a comment below. I'll try to look at every comment, at least look at it. So, all right, thank y'all. See you later. Bye.